there's just been so much. There's just been so much StarCraft condensed into such a short period of time. I forgot that Cyan is our champion. Like that's crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy. It's crazy to think about.
It also kind of went in one ear out the other to me, and by that I mean I was watching it live as it happened and freaked out, but kind of forgot about it 24 hours later.
Yeah.
Time has been dethroned. But regardless, we are going to be kicking off this series here on Lightshade LE. We're in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spotting all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. This is great because I actually have the Good Game Gaming logo in the as a decal.
Ooh.
We have the blue Protoss player coming out from the land of Mexico. He is straight up the best Protoss player in all of Latin America, and also China, apparently. We have, representing Infernales Esports, he is Pacomike.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Peruvian Zerg player. He is red, representing Team Lethal Perfect. It is not Denver. It is NeosShaggy. Oh.
I gotta be real honest. I have the... So the logos mod includes teams that... Not these players are in, but you know, players in general that they are. I kind of forgot what Denver's team is. Team
Oplon, I think, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's why I don't get messed up by. That's why I don't get messed up by if I have to intro NeosShaggy. I don't be like representing team.
You've already forgotten.
I've already forgotten. Yeah. Whereas introing Pacomike, I'm like, oh yeah, Good Game Gaming.
Oh god.
Like, no, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it's one of those things where unfortunately Team Oplon is one of those teams where they only have one player. I don't think they have like a proper roster. So like they're not at it's like them, it's like the other one, like what's the other one? XCOM AGO, for example. Like they only have a laser. Yeah.
Yeah, there are a couple of teams that do that. Well, say teams, but usually they're just, you know, sponsors for one specific player.
Yeah, they're a team in other games.
True.
Oh god.
But you're not gonna see them compete in leagues, team leagues in StarCraft.
Yeah. Unfortunately, but here we do see that Pacomike is opening up in a very different way. To be fair, it's Lightshade. It makes sense. Mate, he's going for the Twilight Council.
Yeah, may as well when you still have a short map like Lightshade, and you may as well take advantage of the maps like Lightshade while you got them, because I'm not sure if we mentioned it, Light. This is the last Battle of the Americas in this current map pool.
True, it is. We haven't talked about them. Are you excited about the new maps? Are you
very at this point?
like,
Like, I've heard some concerns that we're going to have a lot more rushes, you know, we're not going to have as many ladder games in the current map pool, but at this point, I'm just so sick of the current maps, I will take anything.
Oh, yeah. I was like, mate, get Romanticide out of here. Get it out of here. Just I've had enough romance on it. I've had enough of those goddamn stupid wooden bridges as well. It don't make any goddamn logical sense.
Coconut wood, yeah.
So I am very excited. I'm very excited as well. It's in less than a week, you know, less than a week. I think maybe our next GPO will have it.
I think so. Yeah, actually. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say it. Even if the map pool isn't active when we go for GPO, we're gonna enforce it anyway. The TLMC version.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We'll go for it.
Let's go.
A little disappointed that I don't remember the name of the map, but that was one map where there was a tank ramp that was very abusable, and I was looking forward to that as a Terran player. Then it got fixed, so, you know.
Yeah, shout out to the map makers for fixing it as soon as possible. For not other map makers for fixing it as soon as possible as well. Oh god, as we have ourselves a 2-base all in. We do see the gateways are finishing up. We have very minimal gas here because it's just going to be them charge lots. Oh!
I know!
Oh god.
And I was going to say, NeosShaggy may not necessarily know that an all-in is coming his way, but he did scut the proxy with that warp in the zealots. Now it's confirmed in his mind. Esos estremedos hacks! Hacks,
he says. Meanwhile, we have a full wall off. Yo, NeosShaggy's third base is so late, unnecessarily so. Feels bad, man, so he's not going to have a lot of larva to work with, but he is going for, again, like, kind of a two base of his own.
Yeah, luckily he does cancel that third base before it gets targeted down, and he is able to use those resources to get, you know, another wall going.
That he is. Meanwhile, you have a bit of a ling run by. Yo, the wall is not a wall. The wall. Neo, please. No.
Realize a little bit too late.
That's a bit of an all-army hockey there from Pacomike. Again, this army is still pretty terrifying. And a two-basing Protoss against a two-basing Zerg. Yo, I gotta favor the Protoss right now.
Absolutely. But roaches are starting to pop out, so it's really and roaches versus zealots, it's really a matter of positioning. You know, NeosShaggy doesn't want to get caught in the middle of the map, but he's setting up a couple of choke points for himself to utilize.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. He's trying to take a third base again, but the zealots are about to just run over and right-click on it. The roaches are kind of in position, and oh, Pacomike, he doesn't go for it. No. Yeah, he doesn't go for the base.
Oh. Yeah, despite how exposed it kind of looks, there's still plenty of queens nearby with a lot of transfused energy. There's always a potential for these zealots to get concaved. Trying to go up the ramp, and now they go down the ramp.
Yeah, exactly.
Now they take out the third.
Yeah, the third base is exposed. It's cancelled once again. NeosShaggy's still stuck on two bases. Meanwhile, behind this, Pacomike does take his third, and he is transitioning into that sky toss.
I love how active Pacomike is being with his army, despite getting scouted early on.
Yeah.
The zealots can take a beating. You might as well keep them. You might as well use them to keep the pressure up.
Yeah. He's not overcommitting. There's no roach speed, so NeosShaggy can't chase this down either. Like speed zealots, they can run away from this whenever they want. So it's a weird dynamic that you don't see too often.
Do I have dementia? I'm having a memory right now activating in my mind. I think Steel will coin the phrase "Speedy got zealots."
You do have dementia, yes, you do.
All of a sudden, when you're like, "Oh yes, the zealots can run away," I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's like Speedy Guns." Oh, wait a minute. Did Steel make this have a bit like this before?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't listen to Steel, so maybe he does. Meanwhile, the zealots are trying to hit the third base. This time, NeosShaggy's here to protect it, but the zealots, they just waltz into the main, and ooh, can they get a queen? Up.
Almost. They will be able to get it. A lot of the zealots surprisingly did get thinned out, but that's also because they were split up to try to wreak as much havoc as possible. They got 8 drones. They got a queen or 2. Might be able to get this third base. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, the third base did get down to half health, so maybe it's vulnerable to a future push, but at least NeosShaggy is finally taking control of his side of the map. But look at that worker count. Oh god, NeosShaggy losing those drones and being stuck on 2 bases has really hurt his economy.
Absolutely has. Now he does have a little bit of a force to counterattack with, despite it being Roach Ravager. It's still a massive army supply lead.
Yeah, like, I hope that he goes now. I hope that this small zealot run by doesn't force him back, but oh, if he does go now, the Void Rays are already out and nothing shoots up. Oh no.
2 Ravagers. These have got to be the best, luckiest corrosive vials in the world.
Oh god, and they're just...
But he doesn't take the chances.
Yeah, I mean, mate, it's 2 Ravagers. Like, what are you gonna do? You gotta run all the way back home. We need more queens. This will force the game to go on longer. I say longer, like, Pacomike is getting a pretty terrifying army.
He absolutely is. So it's a little bit of a moment where NeosShaggy maybe could have hit, considering the tech, or considering the phase of tech that both players were in, you know. I keep wanting to say Denver. NeosShaggy with a ton of roaches versus, not Cyan, Pacomike with a handful of zealots.
Sure, yeah, they could have.
Time has long passed.
It has long passed. Meanwhile, the Void Rays are trying to go toe-to-toe with these queens. Can they do so? The Void Rays are getting picked off. The transfuses are just barely good enough, and Pacomike gets forced away. But I'm still worried about this army. Like, we do have a Hydroden, but mate, we need upgrades, we need drones, we need more bases. NeosShaggy just needs more of everything.
17 drones are in production. They just popped. But that is step 1 of several. in order for NeosShaggy to come back in this game.
Yeah, exactly. And unfortunately, Pacomike, like, he's already here. Oh, we do have a bit of a...
No! Eso vivir Cuba!
Oh, no. Meanwhile, the Void Rays are... Oh god.
Donde te sentiste?
Meanwhile, we do have another bit of a Zealot waddle by. Oh my god, they actually make it into the bases here past the Queen. Void Rays do back off, so NeosShaggy only has to worry about these Zealots for now.
But now, I'm keeping my eye on the mini-map to see if the Void Rays ever turn around. And not quite yet, but still, Pacomike is doing such a good job of pulling NeosShaggy back and forth.
Yeah, exactly. Pacomike is going to dive into this space, and we were talking about it earlier. Because of the Zealots, the hatchery is oh so low, so it could be focused down, or the Void Rays could just try and go toe-to-toe with the Queens themselves. They didn't even care. They back off. They deny the 4th base. Meanwhile, Pacomike gets his own 4th, and it's already saturated.
Feels like less than a second ago that NeosShaggy made all of those drones to catch back up in the worker count.
Yeah.
And now he's just lost them. Pacomike once again taking a massive probe lead.
That he has, but you know what? Now finally the Roaches are being put to use. We do have them hitting the 3rd base. At the same time, sorry, I should say 4th base. At the same time, the 3rd base is being hit as well. NeosShaggy, he's going to be basically sacrificing, trading all these Roaches, but he is dealing damage.
Dealing a lot of damage, yeah. Is able to even up the worker count once again, trading up the vast majority of these Roaches though, and that is scary. Because the army supplies are starting to get closer and closer.
Yeah.
Pacomike is getting pretty close to the point where he wants to just move across the map.
Exactly.
With his Skytoss army.
And at the moment, he doesn't have a threatening force, but soon these 2 carriers are going to turn into 5 carriers because we have 3 carriers being produced at a time. And that is a terrifying moment. We do have a transition to Hydras, but 1-1 only just started. Hydra's speed is still not even halfway done. We don't even have a 4th base, and I say 4th base, we could just be knocked down to 2 bases at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. Thankfully, this isn't a lair. Or a hive, but still, every base counts at this point for NeosShaggy. Even if it's halfway mined out, the Void Rays almost going toe-to-toe with the Queens. Actually able to take out one of them.
Yeah, they do snipe one of the Queens. At the same time, the Hydras, they rush across the map. Oh my god. NeosShaggy, she's the only, but the Zealots, they come out!
I completely forgot about the Zealots, if I'm being entirely honest, and it seems like NeosShaggy might have as well. Those Hydras definitely could have fought the carriers, but not carriers and Zealots at the same time.
Oh god, exactly. All the Hydras are going to go down. NeosShaggy is knocked down to 2 bases. He may lose every single one of his bases before the game ends. It's possible. We could be in that scenario.
There's going to get taken out.
Yeah.
Anti-air option. Yeah. Anti-air options.
Up1?
Gonna be even more limited.
That it will. Meanwhile, the Void Rays, NeosShaggy only has a single hatchery remaining. Our Overlords are being picked off. There's still no answer to these Void Rays, and even if the Void Rays get cleaned up, we got carriers, we got Zealots, we got Storm. Like, mate, we don't have Storm actually, but we have Archons. Oh boy.
We're just kind of like Storm.
Yeah, pretty much.
Storm.
These
Void Rays right now from Pacomike are kind of like the roaches of NeosShaggy from earlier.
I want him to kill this goddamn hatchery. This is the one that was weakened from earlier. God damn it, Pacomike.
That's the Leonardo DiCaprio of hatcheries from that movie.
Yeah. Inception. There you go.
Yeah. Where he just wouldn't die. GG is called. Pacomike takes game number 1.
What movie were you thinking of?
The one where it's like the 1800s and he sleeps in a dead bear carcass.
Yeah, Romeo and Juliet.
That's the one. Titanic.
I've got both those movies on VHS.
Ooh.
I forgot that Leonardo DiCaprio was in Titanic. When you said that, I'm like, oh yeah. How far he has fallen. He's diving into bear carcasses now. Oh no.
Is he in Django? Django?
Yeah. He's in
There we
Django.
go.
He's Colonel Sanders in Django.
Django Fett.
Yeah, there you go. But with that, congratulations to Pacomike. He takes the first game in this series.
Yeah. I wouldn't necessarily say convincing fashion, but it did feel like there was never really a point where NeosShaggy was able to maintain control. You know, a couple of points where Pacomike may have lost a little bit of control, but by those points, NeosShaggy was weakened up enough that he wasn't really able to take control either.
Exactly. I think NeosShaggy was maybe just playing a little bit too scared. I don't think I want to use the word safe. I think I want to use the word scared because it took about a long time to expand to get another base up and running, a third base specifically, and he was put in a really awkward scenario. So hopefully he can tie some things up here in game number 2, or at least tire his opponent out for his next round opponent.
I can't say I blame him for being scared.
True.
Against Pacomike,
Yeah.
not only is he the best Protoss player in Latin America, his best matchup, straight up, is PvZ.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100.
Out.
So, oh boy, it's gonna be rough here. We'll see what he can pull off in game number 2. And I'm also curious as well because, again, a fun fact: Sub is waiting in the next round and he's watching the stream right now, so maybe he can gather some information, you know, get some tips, learn from this series to apply to his own, because that will also be a PvZ if Pacomike wins.
And before he takes out notes for Leo DiCaprio movies.
Oh god, he was in Titanic, mate. Oh, he's getting old. Oh
Maybe
god,
it was like the first movie where people were like, how did he not win an Oscar?
did he not? He died for that movie, mate. He died. Didn't even get an Oscar? Oh my god.
He only got an Oscar after sleeping in a bear carcass. As we continue this series on Oxido. Oh, we be breathing. I can't believe it. Like, this is probably going to be the last tournament.
This is the last time we can breathe.
Exactly. This is probably going to be the... Oh, my God. In the top right-hand corner map, starting all the way to the top right-hand corner, the blue Protoss player from the land of Mexico. Going to be representing Infernales Esports. He is, of course, Francisco Pacomike.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the Peruvian Zerg player going for that 12 pool in game number 2, representing Lethal Perfect. It is NeosShaggy.
I'll show you who's scared. It's NeosShaggy.
Exactly. He is puffing up his chest. He is going for the 12 pool. We do have a probe scout from Pacomike, and he will spot this worker. And because of that, he's going to waste a little bit of time here at the natural base, but he will at least go into the main and scout. Nani?
Nani?
Huh? He's already dead, mate.
That he is.
Good.
Lings are popping out. Well, you say he's already dead. Who is really dead in this scenario? Because Pacomike sees this coming. We're on Oxide, which is a lot easier to defend, and he scouts this just as the Lings pop out. So there's still a little bit of time here for NeosShaggy to get the wall up and running.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the Zealot's already on the way. We have a probe on the low ground. Likelihood of these things dealing...
No!
Oh, yeah, he throws down a Nexus. The Lings are going to be able to slip in. How good is the control? How good is the positioning on this Zealot? Up.
Well, he's not going to lose this pylon yet. He pulls a couple of boys. That's definitely helping him have a little bit of a buffer.
Yeah, but the Lings aren't really doing too much here. Sure, they're forcing some lost mining time, but now a second Zealot comes out, the pylon is still standing strong. These Lings honestly aren't doing too much.
I was convinced that after Pacomike threw down that Nexus, he was dead, right? But no. Apparently not. Pacomike confident enough in his control, and he proves that that confidence isn't misplaced. Hasn't lost Has he even lost a probe? He hasn't lost a single probe.
He has,
and he hasn't lost any of his. He literally hasn't lost anything.
Yeah. Like I once again, just like last time, finally one probe goes down. I think NeosShaggy was a little bit scared. I think that he would have had a better chance to get us around because of how cocky Pacomike was, not walling off and going for the Nexus. Getting a kill on that Zealot and maybe securing this pylon, things could have worked out differently. But
no production.
Yeah. He was
He could flood of lings beyond that.
Yeah, he was respecting that Zealot so much, and as a result, like he just didn't really get much done.
Well, the word around these parts is that Pacomike Zealots, they do hit a little harder. Todo por una gota de sangre! Ay, ay, ay.
I love that reference. He said, all that for a drop of blood. Because he got one probe kill. Oh no. Feels bad, man.
Have blood, and now... I mean, Pacomike is reciprocating. He's gotten 3 drops of blood plus a pound of flesh in his queen.
Yeah.
I say plus a pound of flesh. There we go.
Man, he's gonna get 2. There's not enough energy for transfuse. Oh no, one more.
And he also gets 6 drones, 7 drones. My mistake behind all of this. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis.
Yo, like,
plus cuatro?
Yo, like, I don't know how to count more than 6. The song didn't prepare me for this. What do I do? What do I do?
6 plus 1? 6 plus 6 plus 2?
That's math.
Metabolic boost is still finishing up, I guess.
It's still finishing up. For NeosShaggy, he's down to 30 workers. Still on 2 bases. No hatchery. No lings. No, only a single queen as well, so he's going to be missing injects. He's in such a rough place. He's getting a spore, but you know what? Oracle's already here, mate.
Oh no, there's 1 queen right now.
There is 1 queen.
And there is that spore in production, as he was saying, but it's still barely halfway done. 3 more drones gonna go down. I'm sorry, 4 more. 5 more.
Up.
But not 6.
Exactly, not 6 at all. The Oracle does get focused down by the Queen. But where there was 1, there's another. And there's still no spore at the natural.
That there really is. Meanwhile, 4 more gates are finishing up from Pacomike. Glaives has started being researched as well.
Oh god. Exactly. It's just stop, please stop, Pacomike.
He's like more than fine to lose these oracles. He's got 9 more drones, and again, his follow-up is not sky-based whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly, mate. We already have 5. We're gonna have 6 gate glaive adept here. No robo, no war prism. Instead, the adepts are just gonna waddle across the map, and there is nothing to stop this. Sure, this gets scouted by NeosShaggy, but he doesn't have a roach warren. He doesn't have the economy for. He's throwing 1 down now, but it's a little bit too late. He doesn't have the gases. Doesn't have the queens.
Doesn't even have the lings.
He's got
quite honest.
He's got nothing, mate. He's got drones.
Ain't quite gonna cut it. Resonating Glaives is just about to finish up by the time these adepts hit. Now, he is setting up a little bit of a wall. NeosShaggy, I mean, but he has nothing to really fill that. As the Shades finish up, GG immediately gets called. Pacomike takes that series 2-0. Will now go up to face Sub in the quarterfinals.
GG, well played. Congratulations, Pacomike, on taking that series, and as you said, moving on to face his first real opponent, in a way. A massive shout to as NeosShaggy is more of an amateur player, but much respect to him. He took down Slayer's MVP, and he took it to Pacomike here. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, really good amateur player at that, to say the least.
Definitely. That he is.
Definitely. Definitely a name that you see very often when it comes to the Peruvian players.
Oh yeah, and he's very active in the online tournament scene. Fun fact, NeosShaggy actually won the raffle yesterday, the random raffle that we do.
Ooh.
So, yeah, NeosShaggy, he puts in the work, and he has been improving over time. But now it is time for Sub to step up.
To sub in?
to sub in. Whoa, yeah. There you go.